Strategic Human Resource Management Theories. SHRM theories. To be competitive, the companies need to offer the best choice of products to their customers and be sure that employees are ready to follow the company's agenda. The following main approaches are going to be examined in the paper: the universalist, best practice approach, the configurational approach, and the contingency approach. The universalist approach argues that the contribution of an HRM activity of one company will in return play a part in contributing to other companies too. The theory claims that some of the HRM activities are the best for all organizations and should be used by them without fail. This approach was based on the interrelation between particular HRM activities and the performance of the company. The configurational approaches stressed the importance of business strategy and the fit between the external environment, business, and HRM strategies. Opposite to the best practice approach, the configurational approach argues that certain HRM practices are not applicable to all organizations. According to the contingency approach, the practices are defined by the specificities of the organization. Thus, all approaches are based on one specific hypothesis. Each of the approaches has its advantages and disadvantages. The universalist approach might present the best practices that fit companies' needs, but it is doubtful that it will apply to each and every company in the world. A firm with the configurational approach might have a better performance because of the diversity of its activities. Still, none of the configurational approaches was proven to be better than the other, so it is unclear which one should be eventually used. The best fit approach pays attention to the circumstances of each organization and provides suitable strategies for it. However, it is not capable of modeling the contingent variables for every case and showing how they are interconnected. The universalist approach was proven applicable in the hotel industry. According to Ruzic, regardless of the company's size examined in the study, some HRM indicators were proven to be more effective than the others. As the author states, acquisition and selection, salary system, rewarding and education and development of employees were the main activities that influenced the company's performance. The contingency approach is especially useful for companies that work abroad because they have to take specific circumstances into consideration: culture, work process details, etc. The configurational approach was proven to be successful in healthcare organizations since it had a positive impact on job satisfaction and high-performance work, but only when a various set of policies was implemented. To choose an approach, one should carefully regard the specifics of the sector. Analysis of the Cirque du Soleil's SHRM approach. The approach of the Cirque du Soleil is of a particular design that corresponds to the company's policy. Recruitment and selection are based. The contingency approach, where the demand for creativity, commitment, passion, etc. is not limited by age or experience of the potential employee. The culture and work environment were managed using the configurational approach, where the external and internal environment, as well as the business strategies, were intertwined. The colleagues treat each other as family members, the employees receive free lodging, have competitive salaries, their family is allowed to tour with them, and some of them have 100% medical insurance covered company staff. Since the staff of the company is of various origins, implementing acceptance of cultural diversity was also important. It seems that the two approaches the company has chosen are the most suitable for an organization that has employees and offices all over the world. The company also has to consider local laws and policies of the country to function successfully during the tour. It is not stated if the HRM strategies varied depending on the country of orioyeestrategies, since various strategies of HRM are used in different geographical regions. The employees were taught to be tolerant of members of all cultures they worked with. To provide successful communication between the colleagues, meetings were set up, an intranet system was used, and all employees were consulted when the company introduced a new policy. The best practice approach was also used by the company, but only for the temporary staff. They had to follow the three-strike policy. If an employee made more than 3 mistakes, she was asked to leave. Sometimes they were the first mistakes nation. Apparently, mistakes could be fixed and discussed only by and with the full-time employees, while the temporary workers faced strict rules. Such an approach can negatively affect the company's image. It is evident that the configurational and the contingency approaches were successfully implemented by the company and seem to be usable for businesses with culturally diverse employees that work in various countries. The HRM practices directed to managing rare employees were not addressed as they are described very briefly in the given case. From the author's observations, it seems that the two approaches mentioned above were also used to retain rare artists.